All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Depending on when you're listening to this, you could have already celebrated New Year's Eve, or maybe you're listening to us right before the countdown.
It's the year 2000. In the year 2000.
25.
Do you remember that bit on Conan?
Yes, I hated that.
In the year 2000.
I hated Conan O'Brien.
I love Conan.
So many reasons. I hated that
He's
show.
a genius.
I hated that show.
Genius.
I don't like him at all.
I love him.
Sorry.
I love him.
I
Don't
hope that
listen.
doesn't...
Conan, do not listen to her, buddy. Andy, don't listen to her.
Meanwhile, the one writing gig that I'm ever going to get in my life is going to be a Conan O'Brien thing, and he's going to hear this and be like, no, fuck you.
He'd be like, I heard what you were saying about us.
So, what happened in 2024? So many things.
So many things.
So many things. I don't even know where
They
to
discovered
begin.
that Epstein's List was a Playfair cipher. I love the movie National Treasure. You guys remember that movie back in the day? I think they should update it though. Just like cut to the trailer and it's like Nick Cage and he's like, Epstein's List is a Playfair cipher. There's a map on the back. It leads you to Diddy's lair.
We did. Oh my gosh, so many things. I don't even know, like New Year's was relatively boring for us this past year. I don't think we did anything at all for New Year's.
Probably not.
We stayed in, went to bed at 10 p.m. We were old folking it. We were old folking it because Atlanta B was having a mental health crisis. And when I woke up from said mental health crisis, the podcast.
It was a new year.
The podcast was born.
Podcast on a little night in Bethlehem. The podcast was reborn.
Yes, so out of that came the inspiration for Gilded Trash. We're doing this, babe. So we got to tell everybody who we are. I'm Atlanta B. Why do I sound so country when I say that?
I'm Scott Reed.
Are you sure about that?
Scott Reed. I'm the comedian Scott Reed.
The comedian Scott Reed.
Or a comedian Scott Reed. I'm the comedian Scott Reed.
The concept of Gilded Trash was born out of a vibe of people who we just meet. Like
Gilded Trash is just people and places and things that are great in spite of themselves.
In spite of themselves. I love that. Gilded Trash.
You never know when you're digging up trash whether that trash will be gilded or if it's just regular trash. And in which case you discard it.
And then we quickly set in motion a whole bunch of things that sometimes you just have to jump in.
I became a comedian.
Yeah, you became a comedian. I mean, to be
very
clear,
low level.
So, I've been hearing this term California sober a lot. Anybody know this? I always like to say when I meet somebody like that, I'm Pennsylvania sober. So it's just icy light and fentanyl for me.
to be clear, he was always a comedian. He just took it to the streets, I guess.
Took it to the streets. Right to the streets. Fighting tooth and nail. Scrapping to get by. No, I mean, a lot happened this year. I mean, we did a ton. It's always crazy looking back on a year because it seems like it goes by fast. But then when you think about like what you did in that year, you're like, holy crap. Like,
we did so
many things,
so
many places. Nashville for vacation, that was fun.
Yeah, Nashville was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we've done so many things. Look at all the different like comedy stuff we've done. Look at all solved a murder too along the bed. It's a true crime special. Tune in to find out. What's the deal with murder? Dr. Minkowitz. He's down there. He's worked every case. We just have done a lot. We pack it in.
We do pack it in.
We pack it in, boy.
Pack it up. Me, that's a sin. The year wasn't as long as we thought.
No.
You've already skipped the whole way to March. We went to Nashville. You skipped the whole way to March.
No, we talked about. I mean, we did comedy, but I mean, like that's what I'm saying. We've been kept abreast of what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Because we talk about it.
We talk about it, but what else was happening in the world? So.
I mean, lots happened. They got Diddy.
They got him,
buddy. Which is crazy because, like, if you think about, like, I mean, there was a point where, like, he was huge. Back when Biggie died and stuff.
I mean, you know more about that because I'm not well versed in
hip-hop culture. It's fine. Just say you're racist. Alabama Jones over here.
I like hip-hop music.
No, I know.
Very specific.
Not like I do.
Tupac, Biggie, Lil Wayne,
Drake's keys.
Lil Wayne and Drake. Those are the four. That's it. That's as far as it goes for me. Wu-Tang. I mean, but they're not hip hop. They're like,
I mean,
they're real deal.
But that's back in the day.
Wu-Tang's like the thing of their own. But that's about it. I mean, I listened to it growing up, but I don't pay attention to connections.
You can't name all three Beastie Boys.
Who? Beastie Boys?
Yeah. I said you can't name all three Beastie Boys.
Mike D, Ad Rock. Down with Ad Rock, Mike D, and you ain't. No, I can't. I don't know who the third one is.
Okay, well.
Mike D, Ad Rock, and somebody. I don't know.
One more.
I don't know.
There is one.
You were scared though when I started rapping.
No, I was like, I'm going to find out who the third one is.
Probably the one that died of cancer. Now I feel really bad.
No, I think that was, regardless, it don't matter.
Yeah,
we don't know. We'll find out immediately.
I'm trying to rap a whole bunch of his songs. Their songs in my head, and I can't.
I know. The worst part about it is they always tell you who they are.
Always. I'm Joe Schmo from Nettie. I don't know. What were we talking about Beastie Boys for?
Because I said we're hip hop culture.
Oh, hip hop culture. Yeah, because I don't. So like.
Because I said we were talking about Diddy.
Yeah, but I'm on like.
Diddy?
No, I'm on TikTok, and so I'm hearing like all the noise from everybody. What's that lady's name that I always bring up? I can't think of her name, but she's always. It's like her name's like Cougar or Portia or like something like that. Jaguar Wright. That's her name.
Oh yeah.
And she is constant. I mean, there's
all the time
video.
Talking about Diddy.
She's got, I don't know what she knows or doesn't know, but I get all my tea from Jaguar. When she comes up in my feed, I'm listening, and there's always a new connection.
I mean, the bottom of the line is, and the one thing that we always find is powerful people abuse their power. It's a tale as old as time.
Right. They've never not. I mean.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, like, I'm not even going to go into the history of all that. But yeah, absolutely. People in power abuse it. If you were a shitty person before you had money, you're going to be a shitty person after you have money.
Right.
There's no change in that. Like, sorry.
And I mean, I'll go back to it. I mean, Diddy had Tupac killed. We've all seen the movie. We know for a fact. His friend Zip, we know all about it thanks to Greg Kading.
That was a good documentary.
But, I mean, I always thought he was a shitty musician. The biggest thing that Diddy ever did was Biggie. That I liked. You know what I mean? Like, he was responsible for all that. Like, I mean, back in the day, I liked that. I mean, he had a lot of people, like 112, that was Bad Boy. It was 112, Biggie, Shine, The Lox, Mace, and him, Puffy. And that was like pretty much it.
Right.
And I was a big part of it. I did love Mace too. Yeah, I loved me some Bad Boy back in the day. Bad Boy for life. Please don't ever do that again.
You were just the whitest person you have ever been in that moment. Yeah, please don't ever do that. What else happened though? So Diddy.
We had the election.
That was the whole way in November. From March
I know, but they were talking about it for months. Biden stepped down.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris stepped in and took over.
Yeah.
As president.
Yeah.
And she was on the show for a while. She'll be out here in a couple weeks.
Actually, yeah, it's less than a month now, thank the Lord.
Oh my, it's like 2 weeks.
The changing of the guard, I cannot wait.
I'm going to storm the Capitol.
They tried to shoot him.
I'm storming the Capitol.
No less than
I better
twice.
not say that. They'll arrest me. Yeah.
But that's the other thing that's coming out is there was no technical storming of the Capitol. There's a lot of things being uncovered.
I mean, let's not go there.
On TikTok. That no.
Let's not go there.
No, I'm telling you, there was. I'm not saying it didn't happen. Obviously, it happened. Obviously, people died, but.
Well, no, I don't care about the people dying. I don't even care about the thing. I mean, those guys weren't insurrected, nothing. What are they going to do? Beat the military when they come in?
Right, exactly.
Like, they weren't going anywhere.
They weren't going to do
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly it.
And, but regardless of any of that, but I mean, there has been a lot of political upheaval this year. I mean, because we did have like presidential assassination attempts. That's a big deal. We haven't had one in quite some time.
No, I know.
I love a good one.
Stop it.
No, I'm saying like I want it. If you ask me, I want some JFK level shit. I want governments hiding it up for the next 80 years. I want a mystery. I want a gunman on the grassy knoll. No, we got fucking dick liquor, window liquor from Wendy's taking pot shots.
I know, it was kind of like
who's this dork?
Yeah, exactly. And do we still really know? Okay, the only thing that we're going to say about the elephant in the room, which is what happened in Butler, PA yesterday.
So the shooter, the attempted Trump shooter, was from Bethel Park, which is another suburb of Pittsburgh. And there's a really good pizza place out there. I've never been there, but I know by reading Facebook comments how good a pizza place is going to get. It's like an innate ability that I have that it just transcends space and time, that I'm able to sense the way people are talking about pizza, whether or not it will truly be good. I think that maybe has something to do with it because that pizza is just so good it got them like fired up.
Perhaps. So then we're talking about pizza, and the reason you even know about any pizza in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania,
is because of Pittsburgh Pizza, Hoagies and Wings Facebook group, which I read about 700 posts a day from.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, so a couple of our listeners have asked how they can get in touch with us. One way is to check out our YouTube channel, which is at Gilded Trash on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. You can comment on any of the videos. Another way is Buzzsprout. It's at gildedtrash.com, where you can interact with us by sending us fan mail. If you log into gildedtrash.com, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and you can submit any questions there. You could also email me directly, Alana, ALANNA, at gildedtrash.com, or you can look for us on social media, and that's way too many handles to mention. And which I get to hear the summary of every single evening. After we get off work, we meet on the couch and we discuss all of the hoagie posts
of the day. Hoagie posts of the day. KFC brought the Twister back for a very limited time. That was huge. What other? Did they bring anything else?
No, they brought the Twister back and you didn't like it because
No, I didn't get it. No, I didn't get the Twister. They never had it here.
Oh.
Remember? And I never got it. But now that new comeback sauce, I'm going to keep on coming back.
No, can we talk about KFC for a second? Because we've had some very, very horrible experiences with KFC. Horrible.
In Japan, it's a Christmas tradition. So we'll talk about it now.
Yeah, I want to go to Japan to get the Christmas
Get the
KFC.
good KFC.
Because they are making it good.
I bet.
Asia.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you the KFC that you get in Japan or Korea or Vietnam, 100 times better.
Yes.
Than American. I guarantee it. I've never even had it.
Well, first of all, because Asians put love into all their food. They put their heart and soul into their food when they're cooking it. I can feel it in every bite of cat and dog no, I'm just joking. Oh, speaking of cat and dogs, they're eating cat and dogs.
Oh, yeah, we had people eating cats and dogs.
That happened this year.
That was fun, and we gave our cat away to the town where they were eating them. No, not really.
Not really.
They weren't eating cats there. They were just invaded by Haitians.
Right.
That was a different thing.
The Venezuelan gang takeover?
No. Oh, yeah. That didn't happen here, but yeah. They're coming back now, I heard. They're making a comeback. They're coming back for part 2, baby.
What do they call it? Train de Diagua or something?
I don't know.
Train de Diagua.
You just summoned the fucking demon with that shit. You better keep that fucking... what do they keep that Santeria away from me, buddy?
What's Train de Diagua? Isn't that like 13 waters? Like what? I don't know what it translates to.
Yeah, I don't even know the name.
We're going to say this again. I don't speak Spanish.
And we're going to say this again. We don't know the name of the gang. It's something.
Train de Diagua.
No, I don't think
something
that's...
like that. They're making a comeback. They're getting hemmed up in Colorado
Big
right now.
comeback. We had a new Ghostbusters drop this year. Frozen Empire. Not as good as the other one, Afterlife, but still good.
Sorry.
Still good. Oh, a new Beetlejuice. We went to see
Yes.
that.
At
Was
the
fun.
drive-in movie theaters.
I love the drive-in.
If you have never been to a drive-in movie theater,
Go right now.
You need to
drive to wherever there's one open.
To the closest one.
Do you know where the first drive-in that I ever went to was? Texas.
Ooh,
when we went to Texas when I was a teenager, when we drove down, we went to the drive-in movie theater, and they were still doing carloads. Wow. Yeah, it was like $9
for a whole load of people.
Popcorn. We watched the movie. I think it was called Cats and Dogs.
That is a movie.
And then I don't remember what the other movie was.
I loved it. I mean,
it felt very much like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, though, because it was like an old barn. It just felt like that's where it was filmed.
The movie.
Yeah.
Even though you were a child.
I mean, I still knew. I was like 14.
Oh, okay.
Or so.
Oh, right.
I definitely knew what Texas Chainsaw Massacre was. Even when I didn't know what even when I wasn't allowed to watch them. One time, so Marsha, Marsha Wagner, her son, she had 2 sons, Ed and John, and they were a lot older than me. And when Ed came over to babysit us a couple times, but I would always ask him about different horror movie characters, and he would tell me, I'd be like, what's Jason do? What's Freddy Krueger? Because I wasn't allowed to watch him.
What did they say about covalent bonds?
What do they say about covalent bonds in this school?
I love it. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was my introduction to the different horror movie characters. And then, of course, I watched them myself shortly thereafter, probably.
But your very first drive-in was in Texas.
Texas.
I love a good drive-in movie. And that is.
And then I didn't go to another one until.
Whoa. That's my thing. I mean, my hometown has a...
Yeah, there's a bunch of them around here.
Yeah, there's one, like, that's 3 miles away from us. There's one that's probably about 15 miles away from us. And there's one that's about 28 miles away from us.
Western Pennsylvania is loaded.
Yeah.
With drive-thrus, actually.
Drive-in movies, not drive-thrus.
Yeah, well, they're loaded with drive-thrus, too. They're loaded with drive-thrus, too.
No, but yeah, they are.
Here's the question about a good drive-in movie theater, though. What's the snack bar like?
Because that's all you care about.
I start looking at it ahead of time. What am I getting? Tenders? Some of them got the best chicken tenders. Where were we that had great chicken tenders?
I mean, we've been to so many. We literally try to hit every drive-in movie in Western Pennsylvania. So we've been to
just about all of them.
I think we've been to 17 the last I checked. Different drive-in movie theaters.
And where was that for? Where was those chicken tenders?
Oh, was it down at Stephen City, Virginia.
I think they had a good snack bar, didn't they?
Stephen City does have a good snack bar.
It might have been.
Yeah.
The chicken sandwiches that they had, very peppery, very delicious. Very peppery, very delicious.
You love a good peppered chicken.
Do I?
Peppered
Do
chicken.
I love a peppered chicken patty? Are you kidding me?
Oh, Malanta.
Nothing like sweet peppered, pickled peppered chicken patties. My favorite, though, was the ones that when KFC used to have the old school chicken littles. You know what I'm talking about. Not this shit they try to pass off with a tender in it. Who they kidding? This guy grew up on Franklin Street, buddy, I know. Because Pappy Minnick used to stop on the way into our house. He'd bring in them little chicken with it was like a dark meat mesh of crap covered in the original recipe. Mayonnaise.
Speaking of which, one of the things that we're talking about doing in 2025, and by we I mean me, and then Scott's going to do it because I say, is test kitchen. I mean, clearly there's a recurring theme through every single episode that we have. It's food. We love food. We cook food. We talk about food. We go to restaurants. Scott eats food. I do eat food, not as much as I used to, but I try.
So not only do I love food, but you also know that I love to cook food.
Yeah.
Like I spend, I obsess over it.
Rutter's is coming to Johnstown. And I
cannot wait.
So
yeah, I'm super pumped. Egg rolls, excited. The little sausage things in the morning with the French toast around them.
Taste nostalgia.
Nostalgia's the best.
I love
it. It tastes so good.
God.
It tastes so good.
Then you can go to the drive-in movies and get popcorn.
Let me tell you what, though. Yeah, it'd be like tasting a Romeo's sub again.
Oh, Christ.
And there's something about a bowling alley pizza smell that's different than other smells. Pizza smelling coming from a pizza shop smells like pizza.
Right.
But pizza coming from a bowling alley smells like pizza. And it's like, I don't know if it's the shoes or the wood floors.
There's a sourness.
But there's like a scent to it that's like, it's not necessarily good or bad. It also smells like skating rink.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Oh my God.
So it's the same smell. So Bobby Salami. I have one word. Joyland.
Joyland.
Whew. That chicken sandwich, son. Oh my dear Lord. That was, if you learn nothing else.
I love it. I love it. Rollin' seafood.
Yeah, that was really good. That lobster quesadilla, boy. Let me tell you what, they were losing money on this thing.
Because there was so much
lobster in that thing.
And it was.
What's on your rider?
Orange Tic Tacs, 3 packs. Jug of Gallagher's Diet 50/50. That's some ghosts I could get behind, buddy. I can. Some ghost back phantom tossing pizzas. Phantom pepperoni smells in the air. Who's cooking stromboli? Oh, that's the ghost. The devil and a trip around the kitchen.
Ooh.
With the best bologna you'll ever eat.
The best bologna.
Shout out Booker's Meats, McKnightstown.
Yes.
Right outside of Gettysburg. Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Boo-Berry.
Now they got this new bitch. I don't know.
I don't like caramella. I don't want caramel flavored cereal. No, thank you. The love of snacks that I have comes from my grandma. Well, my grandma was a snack pusher.
He's the reason I think that I love Cajun food, to be honest with you. I don't even need butter.
If I'm leaving this world, I want one last slice. Pizza.
I love pizza.
I just want to give a special shout out though for our Johnstown listeners.
Yes.
My favorite pizza in Johnstown,
hands down,
JR Sports Den.
JR Sports Den.
Even when you visit fast food places, it depends on who's working. You know what I mean? You can go to a McDonald's and have a great experience if somebody takes the time and the love to make that burger correctly. Yeah, I mean, I love seafood too, obviously.
Sure.
I love underwater bug meat. The term hoagie, the term hoagie, it comes from like out in, Philadelphia. So we get home late, wake up hungover the next day, And her dad would always make tons of eggs, toast, bacon, sausages.
Why Scott turns Italian every time he's talking about food, I have no clue.
But yeah, Waffle House is fantastic. I love any 24-hour breakfast establishment, like 24-hour IHOP.
Yeah.
IHOP is like Waffle House's like stupid uppity bitch sister. There's a strip club in West Virginia called the Huddle Club. Is that where you had breakfast? You criticize them, and I mean this in the best way possible. I don't want Rocky on my bad side.
No, we love Rocky.
Now, I love, and they deserve, but the thing is there's, and what I'm going to say is in every town, there's an Italian pizza guy that tells customers like it. The reason that they loved it the most is they love to fry and eat its seeds. The seeds.
Fried weed seeds.
Fried weed seeds. The Romans loved it. It was like a big thing with them. They loved it, ate it up. You might be able to, if you owned an Italian restaurant, I'd give it a go.
Fried weed seeds.
Be like,
I like seeds. I like.
They say something real fancy in Italian, and like, the way we bring it a dish, we bring it a dish with the fried weed seed. I went to New Jersey rehab once and came back with an Italian accent.
Which isn't hard.
I was like, I'm down there eating hoagies and some pizzas, and I went down and got a couple of pies, and hanging out, smoking cigarettes. What do your families make? What do your families make? Now, I don't know why it came out like that, but
every time he's talking about food, he turns Italian.
I start to get it. It starts to come out of me.
Like, you'll see this trend. It's happened in several episodes.
It's
more fun to say hoagies in Italian.
It is. Yeah, it is more fun to say hoagies. Hoagies is more fun to say however your accent is.
Hoagies. Yeah, because it's
hoagies.
If you're from my neck of the woods, it's hoagies. Food was all made by the church, and it was.
I love funeral food, dude.
I know you love.
I love funeral food.
So much so that it's in his jokes.
So, trays. I love the assemble your own sandwich, like buffet.
Right.
At a funeral.
Cheese platter with all the.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
God rest his soul, whoever it is.
Obviously, the main thing I love about hunting is fucking deer jerky.
Yeah, I mean jerky, of course, and blana.
So speaking of pies, one of my very, very favorite things around the holidays is pecan anything. I love pecans. I love candied pecan.
Pecan. Is it pecan or pecan?
Well, I'm going to say pecan. You say it how you want. I don't know.
I love corn pudding. I love corn pudding. But
I also
That's going to be a wild sequence.
Right.
My goodness.
And I just like my mom's with the marshmallows on too, because I just love toasty, roasty marshmallows. Burnt marshmallows are my favorite flavor.
But I love the fresh cranberry salad too, like Grandma Fliggle makes.
So what did we have the other night? Oh, so I made breaded jalapenos. And we were talking about that would be good on like a good burger, but I know what it was. You made shoestring French fries. And then I was like, what if
homemade shoestring French fries?
Homemade.
Extra shoestring.
So what if we took a Permani Brothers sandwich and ordered it with no fries.
And added our own shoestring thin cut. Crispy. They're so crispy.
And then do a taste test with the original, like the OG with their thicker cut.
I would love to have a series where I make foods that are at restaurant. Like, you let me into a McDonald's and make me a Big Mac. I'm going to make it the right way. First off, we're using 1/4 pounder patties. Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do it like the way that it, like, if you really wanted to do it, you would do it.
Nobody can make a cheddar bay biscuit like I can.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you would have access, you would be taking real things and just making them, like, with good stuff.
Tweak them.
Better,
Well, I mean, the lettuce that you make with the flavoring.
Seasoned lettuce.
There's so many things that I could eat seasoned lettuce.
Let us eat.
Seasoned lettuce.
Lettuce.
Oh, I like it. Oh, speaking of that, can somebody please tell me how to pronounce broccoli
Broccoli Rob.
Rob. Is that the real way to pronounce it, or is that the way that Vinny on?
No,
Jersey
that's the real way. I've heard a lot of different food people talk about broccoli rabe.
It looks amazing. I want to try it.
On a pork, what's the place in Philly? The pork, Nix or Vix or Dix. It's like a famous sandwich, roast pork with broccoli rabe.
Oh, really?
It's as famous as the cheesesteak. In the greatest sandwiches in America, in the battle, it beat out the cheesesteak to be the top sandwich of Philadelphia.
Holy
and went on to like the final round.
Cannoli.
Yeah.
That's insane.
John's roast pork, maybe?
What?
You don't know about this with broccoli?
No.
It's at the market thing.
No.
You know what I'm talking about? The thing?
Yeah, the red.
The thing, yeah, the Ready Terminal Market, yeah. Yeah. It's right.
Trip to Philly. So I can try broccoli rabe.
I need a Philly open mic night anyway.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I need some Philly pizza. People shit on Philly pizza. Philly is like one of the greatest cities for any kind of sandwich, hoagie, pizza, anything like that. They have great Chinese food.
Since we're talking about Philly and Chinese food, and I don't think we covered this on any of our episodes, and it didn't happen in 2024, but it did indeed happen.
When we were in Chinatown?
Yes.
We were looking for karaoke.
Yes.
And we walked into this place, and I thought we were in China.
Yes.
I didn't know. They were like in there with the flowers, and they're like, Kong, Tang, Kong, Pong, Kong, Tang.
And literally everybody was eating and looked up.
Like eating Chinese style. They weren't even like eating American style.
They were like in the low tables with their shoes off.
Not shoes.
We walk in,
That's Japanese.
and all of a sudden everybody just turns. Because we were the only white people in the vicinity of the whole block.
The place we found, though, was cool. And that was like everybody.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was like a world karaoke stage. Mm-hmm. First of all, the bartender just brought you the microphone to your bar stool. You didn't have to get up.
I'd be just... Before si te quiere, de verdad.
That face was gold. But yeah, so we had so much fun at that karaoke joint, but we almost didn't find it because we walked into the wrong karaoke joint.
And the pizza. That pizza I had. Lights out. Lights out. They do things out there good.
Is that the place where they dropped a whole pizza off at the hotel room and then you ended up eating it afterwards?
Yeah, Dakota. Yeah. Had the pizza and I ate the rest. So.
Is that also... No, that was not where we went to that really good museum.
No, that was in Baltimore.
That was in Baltimore.
The Walters Art Museum.
Yes.
And I'm not big on museums, but it was awesome. It's the best experience I've ever had in a museum.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Those giant pictures.
Yes.
That were 100 feet tall.
We sat in front of one of those pictures for like probably a half hour just staring at it. Just like...
Well, not only did they have but they had lots of cool artifacts.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a museum of art. They had like an Egyptian room.
Right. Like it was a mini Smithsonian.
They had like Roman coffins. Yeah. Because first off, there was but it's not like it's busy. Right. You can just look at stuff for as long as you want.
Right.
Like looking at it.
And it was huge though. They had a rotunda with floors and...
it was so much to it.
Yeah, that was really fun. Really fun. She's hard. I hate you.
Yeah, the Walters Art Museum, if you ever get a chance.
Yeah, we didn't... That's the only thing about being in Western Pennsylvania is we don't get to travel to the places that we normally do. Like, so we haven't been to Baltimore in over a year. We haven't been to D.C. in over a year. Some of my favorite
places. Those bagels at that place where you used to go buy weed. That market, you know what I'm talking about? I don't even know what it's called. Penn Station or Penn Avenue, Penn Station, something station.
It's Penn Station, I think. No, it's not. It's not Penn Station. It's
some station.
Yeah.
And they got a market there, and then the bagels.
It's a market station.
That Locks Market Station. The Locks.
You're like, it's a station and it's got a market.
The Locks. Not the wrap rib either.
No, oh my God. That was, but remember I got, like, they had, what did they have the one time that I got? Oh, it was lavender lemonade.
Yeah, I mean, the bagel was every bit as good as the bagel that we had up there in Honesdale. That was a good damn bagel. That was the only other one that I enjoyed as much as that one down there with, like, I love a bagel with cream cheese, some kind of salted fish, whether that be salmon or lox or whatever, red onion and tomato. Yeah. Capers.
Honesdale's where we got the German healing onion, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So that's my other thing is I
Honesdale, Pennsylvania.
I'm a collector of plants, and sometimes when we go places, if I can bring one back.
She's a collector of plants. I'm a collector of hoagies.
This is true. That's the other reason. So let's just talk about it for 5 minutes because I'm going to keep bringing it up, and then people are going to be like, "Wait, what did?" So we're moving to Austin, Texas, and
you're supposed to say we're moving to Austin. Idaho.
And so, like, there's so many things. Like, I feel like my plants are going to be so happy in Texas. Yes.
All the barbecue I could ever eat. I want to go prep my brisket on the butt like a good game.
Ooh. So, Scott got an early Christmas present from the parentals, and it is a huge...
It's a full packer. It's a full packer.
How many pound brisket?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 12.
Yeah.
15.
It's huge.
Something.
It's huge.
It's not that big, actually.
It's a Christmas brisket.
It's a small brisket.
And this man makes brisket like nobody's business. When I tell you that he was born to run a Jewish deli without being a Jewish person, I'm not lying.
I say chutzpah.
His fucking smoked... What's that stuff called? The corned
pastrami.
Pastrami. Oh my God. His homemade brine pastrami is just...
Hello, Schlotzky's.
Yes. Better than. What else happened this year? So when we were in Nashville, we made some friends. We've talked about on previous episodes. We ran into Jason Marsden.
Yep, Thackeray Binks.
First of all, Jason Marsden. So we get to his wiki page.
And he was the voice of the cat in Hocus Pocus.
Thackeray Binks. He was Thackeray Binks in Hocus Pocus. I am a middle-aged woman who clearly, just by looking at me, loves everything Halloween. Mars, if you're watching this, you could have led with the fucking fact that you were in Hocus Pocus, because I would have known what that was. I would have known.
We almost got to go to a Buc-ee's. Remember, it wasn't done.
Yeah, it's not ready.
It wasn't. Well, I'm sure it's ready now. They're pumping at full capacity, baby.
We met 49 Winchester. No, we didn't meet them. We didn't meet them, but
I got an itchy upper lip.
We got to hear Tyler Childers.
Ooh, that was a great.
That was
just so good, dude. The best music show.
Yes.
All the stuff. Oh God, that took me back.
Yes.
Shane at the Ryman.
Yeah.
Was like watching Hank Williams at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes.
It was like one of those magical moments you don't get to see very often.
Yes. And what stuck out to me about that whole trip was how sincerely friendly everyone was that we met.
The guy that I had a conversation with at the Shane Gillis show.
At the Ramen, yeah.
We had a great old time.
I still need to know, so there was a TikToker that was there that day at the Shane Gillis.
Was he a TikToker or a what do you call that other thing?
A Twitcher.
A Twitcher. Yeah, I think he was a Twitcher.
Or was he a tweaker?
No.
I don't know. But I think it was Stitch or whatever his name is.
No, it wasn't him.
Is that his name, Stitch?
Yeah, but it wasn't him.
But anyway, there was a famous TikToker or social media.
or Twitcher.
At Shane Gillis' show, and they held up the show for like 45 minutes because this kid was getting...
Meanwhile, George Kittle's seated 4 seats behind us. Nobody's even paying him any attention.
Nobody even cared.
I was like, I think that's George Kittle. And then it was, because he was like going backstage, and we seen pictures with him and Shane then, but nobody's even worried about him. Who knows who else was there?
Yeah, who knows who else. Oh, the dude that was sitting beside you was a musician that played with the black,
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but he was somehow involved in the music industry.
Black Keys or whatever.
Yeah, he knew the Black Keys somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was, but he was there with them.
Yeah.
He saw a show at the Ryman or something with the Black Keys.
Yeah.
Not of the Black Keys, but like with the guy from the Black Keys.
Right. Like he was hanging out with them.
Smoking doobies.
Everybody's just like hanging out in Nashville.
That's what they do.
Just everybody's intermingling. It's like you never know who you're going to meet.
I'll bring it up again. Nashville also did bring the best sandwich that I've ever eaten in my entire existence, and that was the chicken sandwich at Joyland. Shout out Sean Brock. You are a goddamn genius. And speaking of Waffle House, he's the one that took Anthony Bourdain to Waffle House.
Oh, I could watch some Anthony Bourdain. Rest in peace. Anthony was that Bourdain. This year?
No. It was like 5 years. It was like 2017.
I don't know.
It felt like this year.
It did feel like... Well, because I just watched him so much. And I refuse to watch his...
I refuse to believe he's dead.
Well, because, his spirit... so
just the way he talks to people and the way he sums up he captures whatever. He's such a good program.
But his mental health also is very close and real to me because I feel that. I feel like loving humanity so much and knowing that it can't be fixed, that you at some point just break because you're like, what's it all for? You know what I mean?
Well, he suffered with a lot of different things. He was a very haunted man.
Yeah.
And but very beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
But he introduced us to a lot of...
No, he's introduced me to so many things.
Yeah, a lot of...
Whether it be places, music, things, so much stuff he experienced.
Ooh, we need to go back and watch his Austin episode now that we know that we're...
Yeah, possibly. He's waiting out. Oh, now I want to watch it because I want to eat barbecue. I'm getting hungry. You can tell.
Yeah.
I can't get my mind off food.
It's okay. Well, this is going to be a short and sweet episode because we're just wrapping up the year. I'm going to add some year-end pictures and some clips, and I'm going to make it fun and funny. What would you say that was your favorite, comedy thing that happened this year so far? Outside of seeing Shane Gillis, which was spiritual.
But getting to host up at the Comedy Farm, Christina Mariani.
Yeah.
That night,
yes.
The night that I got to host, that was just a wicked night. It was monster.
Yes.
That whole weekend was great.
It was a great weekend, but that specific show was probably the best show that I've seen put on so far. Lennon Free, is that his name?
He murdered. Christina murdered.
It was such a good show.
Yeah,
it was just such a
very good
show.
Great audience.
Right.
That all adds to it.
Right.
It was great.
Was Scott Kelly on that show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scott Kelly was on that show.
So you hosted the show that your very first hosting job. You hosted for somebody who has an Amazon Prime special and two folks who have been on Kill Tony several times.
And Christina, who's now headlining places.
Yeah.
So, and Lennon Free, who's just freaking hilarious.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
He's a monster.
Yes.
He's colossal.
So good. So good.
Going on in our lives since the last time. One of the big highlights was I got to host a show at the Comedy Farm in Altoona. Shout out Comedy Farm. Thank you, Rich Hirschberger. He's an amazing comedian, and he puts all that together. And it was a great time. What a lineup!
Yeah.
You talk about a good time. Good turnout both nights. Great turnout both nights.
Obviously for me, it's the journey with you, right?
Yeah.
But I think so. For me. Every time I hear somebody laugh at one of your jokes, it's always awesome. So, for me, it's that. But I think the most fun I've had so far this year was that stupid Royal Mumble that we went to the other week.
That was fun.
It was fun because it was the first time that I got to see a bunch of comics in a room just acting up. It was like...
It wasn't like your typical open mic or your typical comedy show.
Neither. It was
a lot of fun. It was just a very... Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Make some noise if you like him! Hell yes, I do! Move a few drums! We're gonna do that one more time! Make some noise if you like him! Make some noise if you fucking hate him! I'll see you later, dickhead! You're eliminated!
Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I'm trying to think back to some other like comedy things, but like I mean, it's been. I'm looking forward to the year upcoming.
Well, that's the thing, and so we're gonna wrap it up because I want to talk about what's coming up in 2025. I mean, everything that happened in 2024, we covered at some point in 2024 through the podcast, whether we mentioned it or or maybe I did it on social media. I did a lot of politics on social media this year. That was a big thing for me. I went from a never Trumper to a voting for Trump this year.
Oh yeah. Started off as a joke.
It was. So that's what's crazy is that I wasn't going to vote at all. And then like when I started doing social media, I kept saying, oh, I'm neutral. I'm Switzerland. Like when people would ask me in lives, I'd be like, I'm not voting or I'm voting for RFK, which I really was when he was still in the running. At some point, if he would have stayed in, like I would have voted for him. But after the July 14th or whatever day that 19th, whenever the shooting occurred, I was like, all right, like social media was real amped up. And I was like, I'm going to make this a stunt on TikTok. And happy Monday, guys. Atlanta B reporting to you as an ex-liberal who has become illogical. If you're clicking the link to buy one of these t-shirts, you may find me, I don't know, wearing the t-shirt in another video. You might find me wearing a MAGA hat in the next video. But who knows if this goes viral? Maybe I'll even vote Republican this year with receipts. Planning out this whole scheme, and then in one night it was like, no, fuck that. I'm voting for Trump. Like it was like a flip of a switch, and that happened. So that was fun, and the election happened, and now he's our president.
I'm one of the few people that voted for Hunter Biden. That's where I stand. Cocaine and hookers.
So what, so 2025, oh my gosh, you've already got a show booked, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that, and there's, depending on the timing of when we get to Austin, there may be a show that we promote before we leave.
Yeah, there's not a maybe about it. I'm not leaving till I do.
Yeah. Put together our own Gilded Trash.
Yeah, produce a show. Yeah, maybe even 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, Gilded Trash Productions, comedies, specials of some sort.
Yeah.
It'll have a fun, fancy name, so I am super excited about that. What's on? So there's some other things, like obviously everybody at the beginning of the year is like, we're getting healthy.
But we're getting healthy.
We're already getting there. Like, we're already on a journey, so we're not going to talk about that too much. Everybody knows. What's on your wish list or bucket list for 2025, though? Like, what are you, and specifically, like, something attainable? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, because my comedy's going to go backwards for a while.
Right. It's not going to go backwards.
Well, not my comedy itself, but the ability. You got to ingratiate yourself into a whole new scene, meet new people, all that stuff. So it's definitely going to take a step back. So for me, I think the biggest thing is the day that I go to Terry Black's and Franklin Barbecue.
That's what he's looking forward to.
No, something attainable. I would like to, I would be very happy to produce a show. That would be.
Yeah. My bucket list for this year is to obviously do way better with the podcast. Right now we're just pretty much talking to 12 people. And that's okay.
It's fine. It'll grow. That's what we're doing. It is growing.
But one part of my dream is to obviously to do something different with the.
Oh yeah, I want to have guests, go somewhere, do all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So
A new and better podcast. Not new, but it's just a better form.
2.0. Gilded Trash 2.0. We're growing. We're still young. We haven't even hit a year's worth of episodes yet.
Oh my God.
But this is our season 1 finale.
Penultimate.
Yes, it's our season 1 finale. So if you had a bucket list guest for 2025, give me one that is totally attainable that we just got to ask and one that's more bucket-ish.
Attainable would be like Chuck.
Yes. That's
Julian.
Yes.
Those would be attainable.
Yes. Johnny even.
Oh, I would love that.
Not even. Yeah. Johnny as well.
But as far as like unattainable guests, I don't even know. I can't think. Why would I like an unattainable guest? Shane Gillis. I mean,
why are you getting mad?
I'm not getting mad. Why? Who's getting mad?
Oh my God. But like,
what are you talking about?
So weird.
No. Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I'm like, I can't even think of an unattainable guest.
I'm the producer.
Obviously, like Shane Gillis or somebody like that. But like, that's totally.
I mean, that's reaching for the stars. I'm talking a little. Well, actually, no, because mine's probably reaching for the stars at this point too. I'll just tell you mine, so you can stop thinking. It is and always will be until I get her on the show.
That's unattainable too.
XO.
Yeah, no, I would say like unattainable. I mean, I would love to. I'm trying to think now of somebody that's attainable but like unattainable.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, I mean,
reverse the roles.
That would be freaking wild, dude. That would be my ultimate dream.
My bucket list is for you to get on Joe Rogan in the next 3 years.
That's insanity.
3 years.
I don't really want to be on Joe Rogan, though. I don't have anything unique to talk about. I'd much rather be on like Theo Von or something.
You guys would kind of no, but I think you and Joe literally talk about the same shit all the time.
Yeah, I mean, me and 90 million other dudes that are just like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you just talk to him about that.
You just swap it in and out.
Yeah,
you don't
you're
even know.
Chatting about life.
Chatting about
I mean, we have.
What are they called? Prion diseases.
We have good jobs, so like obviously we're going to keep our good jobs in 2025. Yeah. But if I had a dream job in 2025, it would be to work for RFK on the.
It would be to work for United Healthcare. United Healthcare.
No, I want to work for RFK. That's the only healthcare I want to work for.
RFK. Oh,
I want to reorganize the healthcare system to make it make sense to the humans that have to use it.
But no, I agree though. I would love for you to work for them.
Okay, so last question, and then that's it. We're wrapping up season 1.
Turkey sandwich, here I come. It is crazy. It's like, you know how when you get hungry though, it like takes over your mind.
No, I don't know.
It's like unbelievable. I don't usually get to that point though at all. Like
no, because you never have to wait. Like,
right.
So weird.
And so like, I'm just like seeing. I see like a Christmas turkey sitting there waving its little wave.
Oh my God. Actually, I think I could be a ventriloquist. I'm gonna have to work on that. No. Scott,
can you help me? Slappy.
Okay, so last question to close out 2024 and ring in the new year. If you had one goal that was reachable for this year that's not just specific to comedy, what would your goal be?
To eat a cherry blossom Franklin version. No, I'm kidding. My goal would be, I believe in a future born not of deeds, but of no. Wait. My goal would be, I mean, just to get like settled in Austin and like, just that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean that is a very, very good goal, but you know me. If we're saying it's going to happen, it's going to happen. My goal is to publish one song, co-write a song with somebody this year.
Right. Oh yeah, my goal would be something like that, like to do something maybe not comedy related, but like produce not produce, but like make a little video, like a skit or something like that, or like a real deal one, not like just me talking onto the phone, like actual something funny, like a Gillian Keeves type of deal, like a little something.
That'd
like
be real cool.
Just to get a little something going like that, but
that'd be real cool. Cool. So. Goodbye 2024. Loved driving through Ohio. I thought I was going to hate it. Absolutely loved it. What I really loved
was JD Legends.
JD Legends. How have I never fucking heard of this place? I love Pittsburgh. I love Baltimore to begin with, but as much as I love Pittsburgh.
Chappie. Great movie, by the way.
Chappie. Regardless, fall weddings, I love them.
Right. He's like a harbinger.
I love it.
Harbinger of doom.
I like it. I love conspiracies. But we will get to UFOs.
Yeah, very scary.
I love ghost stories. I love it. Let's talk about our grandmother. I love the Warrens.
But she was a fun nun.
She was a fun nun. I love Sister Barbara. I love being a hunter's wife too. Like there's a whole kind of culture. I love
put some Christmas music on it because most of the radio stations would start playing Christmas music.
Yeah.
Oh, I
2 episodes. Christmas.
Well, the weather outside is frightful.
And all the craziness that ensues because you can't spell families
without lies.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
That is going to be so fun.
I don't want to speak ill of your mother on Christmas, but she's nothing but a common street over, man. I was told by the greatest pimp who ever lived, who's called God, that if you know what you got, then you ain't got much. So. And Arnie Palmy. Arnold Palmer alert. Arnold Palmer alert. I'd like to talk more about Claire Gustins.
Oh, yeah.
Claire Gustamante.
You just want to say that word.
Claire Gustamante.
I like it.
Claire Gustamante.
Mucho gusto.
Claire Gustins. How is it? Is it Claire Gustins?
Gustins. Yeah.
Or Gustins? Gustins.
I think it's Gustins because it's something to do with...
Claire Gustins. Is it Claire Gustins?
No. I wonder.
Just so somebody that's listening knows what we're talking about. Is it Gustins, Gustins, or Claire Gustins?
No, it's not. No.
Claire Gustins.
Stop doing that.
That sounds like
You're hurting my brain.
That sounds like a German word. Be like, he's acting very Claire Gustins. Clairtingency. I've got the gift of clairtingency. That sounds like an Irish allergy. I've got clairtingency. Picks me up some of that clairtingency from the store. Benny Youngman, take my wife, please. Old Hogan boot to the door. Boom. Door's down. He walks in. He says, "That's my grandson, you dirty kidnappers." Ghost and ghouls and gobs. She get on there and be like, "Welcome to Bavaria, one of the scariest places on earth." It was handed out. It was handed.
You just went from German to Irish like that.
Well, that's what that was, making up my own words. When people ever say it in your own words, that's what I like to say.
Hello, 2025.
Hello.
Should old acquaintance be
Should old acquaintances be shot?
No, be forgot.
Oh, forgot. Why would you want to forget old acquaintances?
Should they be forgot?
Oh, you don't want to forget them.
Old acquaintance be
What is lang syne? I feel like it's a form. I have a little bit of lang syne. I have a little bit of anxiety.
I have a touch of the lang-syne today.
Doc, I think I know what's wrong with me. I got anxiety. He's like, you mean anxiety? No, lang-syne, like the New Year's song. I have anxiety about that. Lang-syne.
It's never lang-syne disease.
It's never lang-syne's.
All right.
I have Lang's disease.
Are you crying?
Yeah, very much so.
I'm sorry, don't cry. It's going to be a good year, baby.
Menendez brothers are out.
And they're coming to
And they're coming to a town near you.
They're coming to a heb near you.
They're actually starting H-E-B.
Heb.
Heb.
It's like heb.
Deb, where you been?
Heb.
Heb. I just want to leave everybody with this little bit of advice from the great philosopher Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., otherwise known as Lil Wayne. I always believe to be the best, you gotta dress like the best, act like the best. When you throw your trash in the garbage can, throw it in better than anybody else who ever threw trash in a garbage can.
Oh, my Lanta, you're out of control.
I do have parting words from
our trash can fam.
From a great detective who once lived named P.J. Longtooth Hollingsworth. Or it might have been Inspector Gadget, I'm not sure. But they said that one man's trash is another man's clue to solving a murder. Always remember that.
This is no disservice to you at all, babe. I love you, but I think bitches see me and they back off. I don't know what it is.
I don't think people are trying to get it.
Jolene knows if she wants my man, she can take him. So I will leave you guys with this quote from one Miss Iconic Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn.
You've been making your brags around town that you've been loving my man. But the man I love, when he picks up trash, he throws it in a garbage can. What?
I'd like to leave some parting words today. From one Mr. Henny Youngman. You know Henny Youngman, Goodfellas? Take my wife, please. That guy, take my wife, please. I know a man who doesn't pay to have his trash taken out. How does he get rid of his trash? He gift wraps it and puts it into an unlocked car. Henny Youngman, take my wife, please.
Oh my God.
This week's quote is brought to you by the great Leslie Jordan, or as my co-host likes to say, Leslie B. Jordan. Every garbage can has its lid.
He says, well, I guess.
Well, I guess every garbage can has its lid.
There you go. Woo, I love that quote.
Now I'll leave you with this. Somebody once asked Steve Martin what the secret to life was. And he told them a quote from the great Maharishi Guru that said, always take a litter bag with you in your car. And if it gets full, you can just throw it out the window. And that's Scott Stotts.